Going underground. What lies beneath? As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game. Thank you for tuning in to Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is July 18th, 2026, and let's just get straight into this. Why are the global elite going underground? Let's take a look at what's underground and where this is leading us and how it is fulfilling prophecy. Now, we've all seen that truck driver delivering underground in a tunnel.
In 2013, a video was uploaded to YouTube of a trucker talking to a man about a massive underground secret city that was being built in the United States. They had to take this tunnel 100 miles in to reach this place, and apparently there were more of these tunnels. Check this out.
Goes all the way to Washington, D.C., huh? Security? Yeah. How far have you taken this down to, how far have you actually ran a load? 100 miles? Up to Maine? No shit. How many miles do you think that is? Man, that's unbelievable. Not to mention, I heard there's one that goes all the way to Colorado, right? Unbelievable. What do you think you're hauling? Any idea? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Craft makes all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't really know.
Yeah. I know there's been a lot of military stuff being hauled around lately, that's for sure, huh?
Yeah, we deliver to military.
Gotcha. Well, I heard there's water supply, food supply, everything's in there. Yeah, unbelievable.
You don't get no cell phone for service.
No. Peace, brother. I mean, basically, you got an underground roadway system here that runs all the way to Maine, to Washington, D.C., to Colorado. It's fully stocked. It runs completely underground. And this is stocked with food, water, everything they need. It's an underground city. So this is the north entrance, and we're going to go see if we can do some more digging.
This is in Springfield, Missouri, where that was.
How's it going, guys? Corey the Random Guy here with you today. We are going to pick up the load. We just got done dropping off our other load. You guys are going to see something really cool. I'm fixing to go underground, and as I'm filming this, I will not have service to upload it right away. But as soon as I get service, I will upload this video. So here we go. You guys ready for this? Alright guys, I'm down in the cave. Check this out. Sitting in the truck. This is literally a cave. Oh man, this is so cool. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy this. This is awesome. Goes all the way down. This is so cool. Look at this. This is how close the wall is to the trailer. That was kind of a trick. I just about hit that, but I didn't hit it, so we're good. This is awesome. I hope you guys enjoy this.
We're going to visit the Erlin Group, and if you're not familiar with them, and I'm not completely as well, but they run the Springfield Underground, these underground caves that they mined out and then now have warehousing space where hundreds of trucks go in and out of every day, cold storage and all that. They also have a real estate group. They also have a limestone division. All of this that hopefully we get to learn about today. And I know especially what we do, we cater to trucking and agriculture, but we'll see today a lot of what they do is very tied to trucking. These caves that they have, they store a lot of salt, road salt, I know that for sure. There's also a lot of agricultural businesses, food businesses that are in there that they deal with. So yeah, this is one that's indirectly very, very much tied to trucking and agriculture. And it's a privilege and honor for us to share this with our audience today.
It's radio, right? Radio, any kind of GPS, all of it's gone.
How big is it below? Like how much space?
So all of these, so this is kind of a map of the facility, and you've got an underground and a surface layer. This is LeCompte Road, Division, Kearney, 65.
Yeah, okay.
You've got a trailer staging that's on the surface, kind of overlaid.
Yep, with your, yep.
This is the railroad over
Yep.
the surface. Then this railroad actually goes down and into the cave. So this is a cave layer. And each of these squares is kind of a pillar that holds up the roof. And then the white is empty space. And so then the yellow represents buildings and how they're laid out. So all of the yellow, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So cool.
So all of the yellow is 3.2 million square feet that's leasable. So that excludes the columns. There's probably another million of roadways, and then we've got about 750,000 over here that we could still develop.
Still open for development.
So y'all, there's a world that goes on every day that we don't know anything about. There's tons of stuff that we don't know anything about. So this says we're down here. This is Springfield Underground, what we were just looking at. Located in the heart of the country, Springfield Underground has been solving our customers' problems with unique spaces for over 50 years. So we all live in our own little world, and it's hard to fathom that there is an alternate world going on every day behind the scenes. Wait till we get into this. Does Springfield Underground have underground rails? Now, y'all heard her say that there was. Yes, Springfield Underground in Missouri features direct underground rail access. The massive subterranean warehouse complex is built into a former limestone mine and includes over 3 miles of rail siding with rail lines running directly into specific storage and transload buildings. Now, while there's food underneath there and water underneath there, y'all heard the truckers talking about it. So I ask, are the world's wealthiest elite people building underground bunkers? Which we know they are, but for the purpose of building upon this video, we're going to just look at it. Yes, many of the world's wealthiest elite, especially those in Silicon Valley and the tech sectors, the people that are all advising Trump, are building or buying underground bunkers. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these fortified estates to prepare for potential global disasters like nuclear war. Oh, so they'll drop a bomb up here, but they'll be below. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these fortified estates to prepare for potential global disasters like global war, climate collapse, or risk from artificial intelligence, the things they are building and doing. So they're putting IEDs above ground for everybody else to step on and have catastrophic ramifications from what they're laying out for everybody else to step on, and they're tuck-tailing underneath the ground. Elon Musk is boring company to build underground transit system in Nashville. So he's going to build a transit system in Nashville that's probably going to connect into all of this. Would Springfield Underground provide provisions for the government underground bunkers? Yes. So all the Silicon Valley elites that are all rushing out to go buy their underground bunkers, preparing for doomsday, Springfield Underground would supply them with their supplies. Yes, while Springfield Underground operates primarily as a massive commercial subterranean cold storage facility, the complex natural limestone geology inherently provides substantial fallout protection. During the Cold War, the federal government officially designated the site as a potential emergency continuity shelter. So I got a second answer on it also. While the massive 3.2 million square foot Springfield Underground complex currently operates as a private commercial and industrial storage facility, its subterranean infrastructure is highly capable of supporting bunker needs. Approximately 75% of its space is dedicated to climate-controlled food storage, including large government cheese stockpiles, which could easily serve as massive long-term provisions for underground bunkers. Historically, during the Cold War in the 1960s and 70s, the Greene County Office of Civil Defense and state planners specifically designated the complex and surrounding Ozark caverns as massive community fallout shelters to house tens of thousands of people. This is from July 17, 2026, from yesterday. Finland is preparing to hide an entire city underground.
You that right beneath your feet, in one of the world's most famous capitals, lies an entire city that most people will never see. A sprawling underground metropolis that stretches for hundreds of kilometers, housing everything from secret government facilities to ancient burial chambers that predate the city above by over 1,000 years. This what looks like any other subway station in Helsinki, Finland's capital. But what you can't see from up here is that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath this Nordic city lies one of the most extensive underground networks on the planet, a hidden world that's been carved, blasted, and engineered into the solid granite bedrock over decades. Now, I know what you're thinking. Underground cities aren't exactly new. We've all heard about the tunnels beneath London or the catacombs of Paris. But what makes Helsinki's underground realm so extraordinary isn't just its size, it's how it's being used right now, today, by over 500,000 people who live above ground. This isn't some ancient ruin or abandoned wartime bunker. This is a living, breathing underground metropolis that's actively expanding every single day. And the story of how it came to exist, why it was built, and what's actually down there is absolutely mind-blowing. So buckle up, because we're about to descend into a world that challenges everything you thought you knew about what lies beneath our cities.
Finland has built an underground network beneath Helsinki capable of sheltering nearly 1 million people. Along with Springfield Underground, the government's secret underground facility in Pennsylvania is the Raven Rock Mountain Complex, often called Site R, or the Underground Pentagon. Located in Adams County near the Maryland border, this self-sufficient military bunker was built in 1953 to serve as an alternate command center if Washington, D.C. is attacked, just like the Greenbrier. But I want y'all to keep in mind that the name of it is called the Underground Pentagon. Spanning nearly 900 square feet, the sprawling subterranean complex houses multiple three-story buildings and can accommodate over 3,000 government and military personnel. The bunker contains its own power plants, underground water reservoirs, medical facilities, a chapel, a fire station, food reserves, and even a bar.
The U.S. government built a hidden city inside a mountain, so it can run the country after nuclear war. This is the Raven Rock Mountain Complex, also called Site R. It's buried inside a mountain on the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, just a few miles from Camp David. And it isn't just a bunker. It's an underground Pentagon, built during the Cold War so the U.S. military could keep operating after a nuclear strike on Washington. Inside the mountain are buildings, infrastructure, power systems, and secure command centers. Thousands of personnel can operate from here. Huge blast doors seal the tunnels. The facility is hardened against shock waves and electromagnetic pulse. Even if Washington were destroyed, military command could continue from inside this mountain. Officials have even called it the underground Pentagon. So if the Capitol was ever hit, would the real command center already be here? Follow for more.
Texans preparing for impending doom. But they're not just stockpiling guns and provisions.
They will have underground bunkers, tunnels, and even a DNA vault. But make no mistake, they plan to live in luxury and style. New tonight, NBC5's Meredith Yeomans has more on the community being billed one of the safest in America.
Underground tunnels beneath the U.S. Capitol and the Library of Congress.
In plain sight. Hidden in plain sight. That was the Cold War mantra for a handful of people who built and maintained for years a secret nuclear bunker nestled deep inside a mountain at the Greenbrier Resort in southern West Virginia. A 25-ton steel door swings shut. In the event of a nuclear attack on Washington, D.C., some 400 kilometers away, members of Congress would be locked safely inside with enough generator power, food, water, and beds to last weeks. It's a story Greenbrier historian Bob Conti has been telling a long time.
This really captures a moment in time, a moment that was filled with a lot of fear.
Cold War tensions, a massive This is the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia, known for its elegance and charm, but beneath this beauty lies a shocking Cold War secret. During the height of Cold War tensions, a massive bunker was built right here, designed to house all 535 members of Congress in case of nuclear war. For over 30 years, the bunker remained a closely guarded secret, until it was exposed by the Washington Post in 1992. Today, it's a piece of Cold War history you can tour. Who knew?
How many square feet were in the underground bunker at Greenbrier? The underground bunker at the Greenbrier Hotel, codenamed Project Greek Island, is 112,544 square feet. This massive two-story subterranean fallout shelter, buried 720 feet into the hillside in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, was built to safely house and sustain all members of the U.S. Congress and support staff in the event of a nuclear attack. Built into the hillside. I want y'all to keep that in mind. And now there's speculation that Trump is building a bunker underneath the East Wing. Is Trump building a massive underground bunker underneath the East Wing? Yes, Donald Trump is building a massive underground military complex directly beneath the site of the former White House East Wing. The construction became public knowledge following legal battles over a controversial privately funded $400 million ballroom project. The world's elites are all going underground.
I can't say on camera.
You can't say on camera?
No.
What's the largest one that you know of?
I can't say on camera.
You can't say on camera?
No.
Underground bunker.
Jesse has hit on a sensitive subject. He appears to be getting close to a well-guarded secret.
But I can tell you the U.S. government for the last 10 years have been on a crash shelter building program from coast to coast. There have been times when I was trying to order blast valves or filtering equipment for a private client, and during that time period could not get it because the government was buying everything.
First-person confirmation of a secret government bunker program. The architect's claim is explosive, but it pales compared to what he reveals next.
How big is the largest one you know of then, without saying where or when or who? How big is the largest one you know of?
The largest one I know of is about 300,000 square feet. It is built by the government. It is located in the Midwest. It is designed specifically for 2012 and economic collapse.
Really? 300,000 square foot,
Yes,
specifically for the government.
yes. Under a obvious government facility.
Well, but if you're building a 300,000
I didn't
square
build
foot,
it. I didn't build it.
Anybody.
Yes.
I mean, it's hard to keep that a secret, right? You got huge amounts of equipment and
What if
manpower.
not if you were building an above-ground structure that took in 4 or 5 square miles. And this was just a part of it, right underneath of it. I think
Then
what-
it could be blended in with the regular work and
Yes.
nobody would really pay attention to it.
If you were building a major metropolitan airport, think how easily it'd be to build in underneath of it.
Are you giving us a hint?
That's a hint right there.
Governor? Yeah. He's talking about Denver Airport.
Really?
Yeah. The conspiracy theory people believe that Denver Airport was built to hide a bunker. It went way over budget. It's in the middle of nowhere. And they moved about a third of the earth that they moved to build the Panama Canal.
Really?
The interesting thing is, the military have given us the okay to go to Cheyenne Mountain.
Okay.
But I think the airport is definitely the place to investigate.
Yep. Well, then it's obvious I got to go to Denver. First plane available. Bye-bye.
Secret tunnels under Texas cities, an underground world of shops and eateries. 3 days ago, oh no, this is a year and 3 days ago. Bunker with an underground cavern system, list in Tennessee, and it's huge.
Maybe bunker isn't what will sell you on this place. Maybe it's the extensive cave system in the backyard. This is a home for sale right now in Shelbyville, Tennessee. The address literally is Zero Cavern Bunker, and it truly is one of a kind. This is what the house looks like from the outside. It's actually really nice on the inside, almost as if you never expect to find a bunker hiding in a cave in the backyard. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath home with a full workshop attached, and they include pictures of a Humvee, which actually comes with the property. Interestingly enough, the house also comes fully furnished. It's a whole bunch of outbuildings. Here's one of them. And then they have this little cabin that's currently being used as a chicken coop. And this is the trail you have to take to get to the bunker, which is built into the cave. And this cave system is extensive. I mean, really extensive. In the listing description, it says that it covers 60,000 square feet. Just think of all the exploring you could do here. I'm pretty upset that they don't show you what the inside of the bunker looks like, but with all of the property they have, with all of the outbuildings and the cave system, Halloween parties would go so hard here.
Going underground. Inside ultra luxury cave bunker. Y'all remember Hillside Cave Bunker, perfect for surviving the apocalypse, miles from civilization after $800,000 renovation. This one is nestled into a cave in Beckham Creek Cave, located in the Ozark Mountains. World War I cave bunker in the mountaintop of Monte Piano. I don't know where that is. New modern cave bunker base. Oberlin Station cave bunker. So we talked about continuity of government at Greenbrier. Yes, the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia secretly housed the U.S. government's massive Cold War bunker known as Project Greek Island. It was supposed to be for the continuity of government to continue, and I watched a whole documentary on it. They even had a false backdrop of the White House to make it look like the president was still talking from the White House. It was super secret. It was to keep people at ease above ground, like he was still there with them, but he was really underground. And it got exposed May 31st, 1992, when an investigative journalist, Ted Gupp, published a front-page cover story titled "The Ultimate Congressional Hideaway" in the Washington Post. It said it operated in plain sight under a massive cover-up, just like what they were talking about on Jesse Ventura. Do some people believe that when the Greenbrier got exposed, that it was moved to Denver International Airport? Yes, Certain conspiracy theorists believe that when the secret U.S. government bunker at Greenbrier in West Virginia was exposed to the public in 1992, the government shifted its plans and began constructing a massive replacement bunker beneath Denver International Airport. Underground government. A guide to America's doomsday bunkers. 1992. Yes or no, if the invisible government is real, could money from the black budget be used to construct underground cities for the political elite? Yes. If such an invisible or shadow government were real, a secret black budget could theoretically be used to construct underground cities for the political elite. Here's how these theories and concepts work. The black budget. This refers to secret government spending for classified operations and intelligence projects. Because these funds are hidden, some proponents of secret government theories claim this money could divert massive resources into building vast subterranean networks.
A former Bush administration official has come forward with a claim that's difficult to ignore. According to the New York Post, Catherine Austin Fitts says the U.S. government has secretly constructed a $21 trillion underground city. She alleges that this was funded through nearly 2 decades of unaccounted-for federal spending, money that vanished from the ledgers of the Department of Defense and the Department of Housing and Urban Development between 1998 and 2015. Fitts describes a network of over 170 underground and underwater facilities. Not shelters, cities, built to house the powerful in the event of a near-extinction event. She says they're connected by high-speed transit systems, hidden beneath the surface of the United States, powered by advanced energy technologies the public has never been allowed to see. No vote, no announcement, no media coverage, just decades of quiet construction, shielded from public knowledge. If what she's saying is true, then these places already exist. The entrances are in place. The infrastructure is operational, and they aren't meant for everyone. The public was never informed. No explanation has been given. No officials have stepped forward to confirm or deny any part of it. So we have to ask the obvious questions. What do they know? What are they hiding? And what happens to the rest of us when the doors close?
So Catherine Fitts, who worked for Bush under HUD, said that they were diverting money over there. Okay. And I asked if the invisible government was real, could money from the black budget be used to construct underground cities? She said money had been being diverted. Now, look at the date on this, y'all. We've talked about it before. September 10th, 2001. What happened the next day? September 11th. User clip Donald Rumsfeld's speech. He says that $2.3 trillion was missing from the Pentagon. Did it go to the underground Pentagon?
Thought and action that we too often impose on them. In this building, despite the era of scarce resources, taxed by mounting threats, money disappears into duplicative duties, bloated bureaucracy, not because of greed, but gridlock. Innovation is stifled not by ill intent, but by institutional inertia. Just as we must transform America's military capability to meet changing threats, we must transform the way the department works and what it works on. We must build a department where each of the dedicated people here can apply their immense talents to defend America.
For time's sake, I'm not going to let that whole thing play out. On September 10, 2001, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld gave a speech identifying Pentagon bureaucracy as an adversary, noting that the Department of Defense could not track $2.3 trillion in transactions. Rumsfeld did not say the money was lost or stolen. Rather, the figure represented bookkeeping entries and lacked sufficient documentation due to outdated and incompatible computer systems. That money got diverted. $2.3 trillion. And then the next day, while he's saying this money could not be found, the next day the Pentagon got attacked. The United States has a 21 trillion underground network, and $2.3 trillion from the Pentagon went missing. The U.S. has a 21 trillion underground network for only the wealthy to hide out in near extinction event, officials say. Former Bush housing official claims government has spent $21 trillion building an underground doomsday base.
Crazy. This is crazy. A former Bush official claims that the United States spent $21 trillion building a secret underground city. Her name is Catherine Austin Fitts, and she formerly served as Bush's Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. And she says that the United States government built this in secret in case of a near extinction event for the rich and powerful. She claims that this isn't just some underground tunnel, but that this is a massive underground city across the United States with over 170 bases. She even says some are under the ocean and that they're all connected with transportation. Also said that this isn't some situation where there's like old tunnels and concrete, but that this is a luxury development made with everything that humans would want and need and have currently above ground in case they had to go down below. She started researching this in 2020 and says that on her website, missingmoney.solari.com, you can go and look at the actual government financials and make a decision whether or not this is true for yourself. Now, there have been theories about this for decades, so are we finally getting the proof? As always,
is it technically feasible to divert water above ground to these underground bunkers? How I did that video on the data centers are being built in places where drought can happen, and now the water is going away. And I said, what if they're really building it there as a cover story to take the water away? Is it technically feasible to divert water above ground to the underground bunkers? Yes. Diverting surface water above ground to an underground bunker is highly feasible. However, this generally refers to diverting water away from the bunker to keep it dry or routing water into dedicated underground holding tanks. Yes or no? If global governments wanted to control water, would they divert water underground? Yes, if governments wanted to centrally control and secure water supplies, diverting water underground is a highly effective, widely used strategy. Governments and water agencies routinely divert excess surface water underground into natural reservoirs known as aquifers, a practice called managed aquifer recharge. So governments routinely divert surface water into aquifers. Yes or no? Are data centers being built near aquifers? I hate how voice to text don't understand me. Yes, many massive AI and server data centers are being built near aquifers and in drought-prone areas. And governments divert water by aquifers where data centers are being built. Yes or no? Are underground cities and underground bunkers diverting water above to below? Yes. Both underground cities and bunkers actively divert water from above ground to below ground for survival, climate control, and flood protection. Why is the underground facility where government leaders would take shelter during an extension level event getting an upgrade? Now, we saw the Springfield Underground and all the food that was there. Yes or no? If underground cities that are taking water were real, if underground cities were real, if they were real, would it be plausible that the recalls for food and medications could go to the underground cities? Y'all know every time we turn on the news, there's a food recall, right? Right? Every time. Right now. Taco Bell, General Mills, 750,000 Pillsbury rolls from shelves. Dozens of popular everyday items have been recalled nationwide. Every time we turn on the news, there is a recall. Yes or no, if underground cities were real, would it be plausible that the recalls for food and medications would go to these underground cities? Yes, if underground cities possessed formal supply chains, Springfield underground with the railroads and the refrigeration and everything down there, connecting the whole United States. If underground cities possessed formal supply chains connecting them to the surface, it would be entirely plausible for food and medication recalls to reach them. Think about this.
Hey, TikTok, just a quick update. It's Saturday, I believe, and here's the truck I've been driving for the last few days for Wilson Logistics. This trailer just was assigned to us from Kraft over at the Kraft Foods plant, and we're delivering it here to what's called the Springfield Underground.
Y'all think about that. The food that they go pick up could get diverted to these underground cities, along with their black budget money.
Official claims the U.S. built a secret $21 trillion underground city for rich and powerful people in case if there's a near extinction event. $21 trillion is a lot of money. I mean, that could explain where a lot of this money is disappearing to. I mean, there's a lot of stories that go around about cities under Los Angeles, New York City, London, places like this. I mean, this is not something new, but it does make it interesting that someone in the official is confirming this, supposedly. But it is entirely possible considering that we know billionaires are building bunkers. And what does this have to do with the Word of God? I'm glad you asked.
We're not going to get into that yet. We're going to show the facts.
Y'all, this goes crazy deep. Yes, pun intended. $21 trillion on an underground city, and its sole purpose is for a near mass extinction event that was uncovered through a certain administration for, the United States. It's funny, we've been trying to warn you guys of this for some time, and you call us crazy, like we're the one just out of our minds. But think about it, $21 trillion. The U.S. debt, I believe, is right under $40 trillion. Do you see how important it must be that they're using over half the U.S.'s entire debt to build an undercity place where people can go for a near extinction event? And by the way, when I say for people, I don't mean people like me and you. I'm talking about people, the big people, the elite class, the rich people, that they will be okay. All this money going behind it, should you not be worried about maybe if they know something that you don't?
Are the world's elite and most rich people building expansive underground bunkers? Yes, a growing number of the world's ultra-wealthy and elite are indeed building expansive, high-tech underground bunkers and fortified compounds. These hidden sanctuaries are transforming from basic concrete storm shelters into luxury subterranean estates stocked with five-star amenities to outlast extreme global events. Does the island that Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner are buying, does it have bunkers? Yes, the Albanian island of Sasan, which Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner are reportedly developing into a luxury resort, features miles of underground tunnels and thousands of Cold War era bunkers. The 1,400-acre ex-military base is widely reported to contain around 3,500 Soviet-era nuclear bunkers, bomb shelters, and unexploded weapons from its time as an isolated military exclusion zone.
Why do you think Zuckerberg bought a Hawaiian property with an underground nuclear bunker?
I think he knows something that we don't.
That's what I'm leaning towards too. You're telling me one of the richest guys, how much is he worth? Decabillions. And he gets a property on an island that's possibly outside of Israel's undisclosed Jericho nuclear bomb with an underground bunker. What is that telling us? Why do you
Are any of the world's elites buying houses in caves? Yes, many of the world's elite buy or build luxury cave homes and underground tunnels because they want extreme privacy and safety. Are they building expansive underground bunkers? Yes, a growing number of the world's ultra wealthy and the elite are indeed building expansive high-tech underground bunkers in fortified compounds. These hidden sanctuaries are transforming from basic concrete storm shelters into luxury subterranean estates with 5-star amenities. Now, y'all, here's the Bible. They are moving into caves. The world's wealthiest men are moving into caves, fulfilling the prophecies of the book of Revelation. Yes or no, does the Bible say that in the end times that the world elite will crawl into the mountains and cry for them to fall on top of them to hide them from God? Yes. According to Revelation 6:15 through 17, it is written that during the end times, leaders of the earth, military commanders, the wealthy and the powerful will hide in caves and mountain rocks. They will cry out to the mountains and the rocks to fall on them and hide them from the face of God and the wrath of the Lamb, stating that the day of their wrath has come and no one can withstand it. Yes or no, does the book of Revelation say that all these things shall come to pass? Yes. The book of Revelation emphasizes that the visions and prophecies revealed to John on the island of Patmos are true, faithful, and will ultimately come to pass. And John, the Revelator, saw in Revelation 6 the rich men crawling into caves, crying for the mountains to fall on them and to hide them from the face of him, from Jesus. So they are already in the mountains. They're already in the caves. When Jesus is going to come back and they're going to say, okay, mountains, fall on us. We don't want to deal with the wrath of God. Fall on us. So guess what? It's all falling into place. It's all coming to pass the way that John, the Revelator, saw it happening. Revelation 6:15 through 16 describes the catastrophic end of the world where people from all statuses, from kings to slaves, try to hide in caves and mountains. They desperately ask the rocks to fall on them, seeking protection from the terrifying presence of God and the wrath of the Lamb. So, in the end times, when people can't buy or sell, there's going to be poor people hiding in the rocks and the caves and in the mountains trying to survive. They're going to be there. They're going to be scared, that the people that aren't saved. And then you've got the rich people moving into the caves in their luxury bunkers. And then when Jesus cracks the sky open, they are all going to be crying for the mountains to fall on them. I did not understand this scripture when I first got saved, like 1979, 1980. I'm thinking, why would rich people be in the caves? Well, here we are. These verses depict a scene of ultimate, inescapable dread where the earthly powerful and wealth offers no protection against divine judgment. They are getting into place where they are about to cry out, fall on us. They are taking their place in prophecy.
saw the white horse ridden by a man with bow and arrow, and he wore a golden crown, and he rode a trail so narrow, and he went forth to conquer all the liars, thieves, and cheaters, all the weavers of illusion, all the bigots and mistreaters. And the earth was shaken like an old man's hand, and the sun was black as mud, and the oceans moved across the land, and the moon became as blood. And I saw a red horse and the rider with a saber to take peace from all the earth, for destruction was his labor. And he rode out in anger to turn brother against brother, with poison for the nations, to make them all kill one another. And the stars of heaven fell to earth like the fruit of a tree that's shaken by an unkindly wind, to be evermore forsaken. I saw the black horse and the rider with the balance to separate the works of man, his vices from his talents, a measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley and kind, to divide the one from the penny, but hurt not the oil and wine. And the heavens parted like a scroll is rolled together, and the mountains were moved out of place like a whirlwind blows a feather. And I saw a pale horse, death was riding on him, and hell was right behind him, and no mortal man outshone him. The kings of the earth and the mighty, the glorious and greedy, hid themselves in the blackest hole, with the homeless and the needy, and some priests and some television preachers laid down with the vile and holy, and some senators and movie stars shared a cave with the weak and lowly, and they climbed to the mountains
It's all coming to pass just like John saw the revelation. So everything in the Bible is trustworthy and true. Today is the day of salvation. To the backslider, come back in the name of Jesus. To the people that are thinking about giving their heart to the Lord, today is the day of salvation. The Bible says that the Spirit of God will not always contend with man. If you feel Him dealing with your heart today, surrender so that you're on the right side of the end team. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content that you find on this channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the ministry?